Gone out of work. Huh? Out of work. And all you can hear is that we're developing this, we're developing that, and nothing has been done. You don't hear the Prime Minister nor the Minister of National Insecurity and Injustice say nothing about it. Coronavirus is the topic of the day. Yes, it has to be the topic of the day. But the crime should be the topic of the day also. Huh? The crime has to be the topic of the day also, Mr. Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, the chief servant of the people of this country. What is the crime plan for Jamaica? When are we going to have a proper crime plan for this country? From Negril Point to Morant Point, all they can hear is boom, bam, 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 boom, somebody dead. And until now, you cannot tell the people of this country what is the crime plan, and the opposition party is a bunch of hypocrites. Because all them do is come and chat nonsense and them not have no plan either. They don't have a proper crime plan for this country. Where there is no vision, the people shall perish. The criminals are becoming a clear and present danger to the national security of the people of this country. And I'm saying to the political leaders of this country, stop playing politics with the Jamaican people life. Stop it. If you don't stop it, I'm going to use the word the one the former leader used. Something fundamentally going to happen to this country. Something fundamentally is wrong with the leadership and the governing of this country from the two political parties in this country. Are we on YouTube, Mr. Brown? Huh? When are we gonna see something done? And we have a Governor General, him dead. All him go around is nyam and open places. Nyam, nyam, nyam and open places. You don't hear say nothing about what they're going in the country because what? They are in a bubble. They are in a bubble. And the bubble that they're in, the taxpayers of this country pay for their security and all. They can't hear upon the road. Wah, give them way. But I tell you something, you know. If we don't wake up in this country, if we don't wake up and take charge of this country, Jamaicans, our political leaders, they can't do nothing. All they're going there for is for themselves. From Negril Point to Morant Point, the crime situation is a disaster. I get to understand that I have the president of the Negril Chamber of Commerce online, Mr. Wallace. Good morning, Mr. Wallace. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm going very good, sir. I'm ranting and raving this morning because
I hear you.
My little hometown that I grew up in, The little fishing village back in the days that you and I grew up in because your fathers were carrying it to the grill. And I remember those days. What has Negril become, sir?
Negril is not getting the attention that it needs from the relevant authorities. We need attention, and we can do a lot more for Jamaica if Negril gets more attention. And it's showing in many different areas, you know. So that's pretty much what it is.
What do you think caused the crime situation in Negril right now? Is it the scamming? What is going on? You have any idea, sir?
So I had a talk with the DSP in charge of Negril earlier today about the incidents that happened. So first of all, 3 people were killed, but it's not a triple murder. There were 2 separate incidents, one on Friday and one on Saturday. And, you know, these are not random killings. There are people who are involved in things, you know, and they're all tied together. I hear there's some, and they involve a firearm that was taken by the police. And I don't want to say much, but this police I know are still investigating. But I'm hearing that scamming and gun and, you know, things like that are involved. So it's the killing. The one that happened was in this area that is not, you wouldn't call it Negril. It's on the outskirts of Negril, way up in some bushes. I mean, the soup was wondering why people are up in that area. But anyway, that apparently a group of men attacked another group of men and chopped one to death. And the group that the one was chopped to death from killed one of the other ones. So it was like some kind of war going on up there. I don't know. So that's the double murder that happened. And then the other one was closer to the town. It was
up Red Ground.
It was not Red Ground. I think it's an area they call Haiti or Liquid Haiti or something like that. Somewhere around the Texaco area. Yes. So details. I mean, the police are still working to get to the bottom of it. But those are the things that are being bandied about now about the cause of these incidents.
Okay.
But it's a serious concern. It's, you know.
Go ahead.
The major concern that we have with situations like this now is the negative publicity that Negril gets and Jamaica gets. You know, we've been struggling for the past year because of the pandemic.
Right.
And, you know, we are at the point now where hopefully we're seeing a light at the end of the tunnel and the vaccines and so rolling out and people getting...
Mr. Wallace, we're going to talk about the vaccine in a minute. But right. I want to know, I was trying to get a hold of the Negril police to have one person come on, but I couldn't get a hold of anybody down there. Phone was ring, no answer. What I want to know, sir, what is the Chamber of Commerce trying to do to alleviate with the police? What are they? I mean, you know, it's going to be a very tricky question to answer this question, but I need to figure out something here. What can the Chamber of Commerce do to help the police to stem the crime in Negril? Because Negril was never like this.
No, Negril wasn't like this back in the day. What the Chamber of Commerce can do, to answer your question directly, is to raise awareness to the relevant authorities, to lobby on behalf of the police, to try to assist the police in many ways, in every way that we can. I mean, the latest thing that we did for the police was we bought a water tank for the station and delivered it over there because they complained about not having water in the holding area for the police. But as you can imagine, we cannot get involved in crime fighting as a body. But what we can help. We can lobby, we provide information when we can. We we provide assistance to the police in any way. We lobby to the government on behalf of. Well, one of the things we've been lobbying for over the years is to have more officers in Negril. You know, when the I don't know if you remember. Well, you are from this side, so
yes, I remember. Talk, man. I remember everything that goes on in my own community.
When that Negril police station was built,
yes.
It was the most modern police station in the Caribbean at the time. I don't know if you recall that.
Yes, it is.
You know that it was. We had over 100 and odd police officers stationed there, and this was way back this was decades ago.
Right.
And fast forward to now, when crime is on the increase, you know, there are way more people living in the area, and all that. And now we have less police officers stationed there. I don't remember the exact amount, but it's way under 100. I think it was 50 something or something. I don't remember the exact amount, but we don't have enough police officers. And then there was a situation where they only have one vehicle, and you know, all these things. So we try to lobby to the Ministry of National Security and to TEF, you know, the Ministry of Tourism, to assist in that way, so that we can provide the police with the tools that they need to do their jobs.
You have a new member of parliament down there now. Back in the days was Wickham McNeil, but let I not say anything anyway, Jeffrey. What is he? Is he involved in the groundwork that need to be done to solve the crime in Negril and other things?
So yes, we are. The new MP's name is Moreland Wilson.
Yes,
and he's. So far, we are off to a good start with him. He's very, very, committed to making a difference. He's working. I can say that he's working right now. They're fixing roads, and you know, he's available whenever we reach out to him. He's there. We are so far things are looking good. We hope it will continue. So we're looking forward to working with Mr. Wilson to move Negril forward, you know, so that, you know, it can realize the true potential that it has. And I think he's committed to that as well. So we're happy so far with what's happening with the new MP.
Yes. Mr. Wallace, what is the Chamber of Commerce doing for small businesses in Negril? Because let me say something. When I drive around the Western Road, it's deserted. The old Negril, the people who help tourism, the people who built the tourism sector in Negril, the Samuels, the Lawrences, the Arthurs, you know, not only on the western strip of Negril, the 7 Mile Beach, they can hardly get any tourists. And nothing has been done over the years to help those people. What is the Chamber of Commerce doing now in 21st century Jamaica to help the older set of people in Negril who has built the tourism sector in Negril? So
that's a tough question, and that question is assuming certain things. But yes, we do. First of all, for us to be able to help anybody, they have to be members of the chamber. And we
members of the what, sir?
Of the Chamber of Commerce. They have to join the Chamber of Commerce.
Hold on, Mr. Wallace. Hold on, Mr. Wallace. Hold on there. I understand where you say you have to join the Chamber of Commerce. And there is new rules and regulation and all kind of thing. But you are telling me that people who born and grow in Negril, who has built the tourism sector in Negril, if they don't join the Negril Chamber of Commerce, they can't get any help?
So, if you let me finish, I can explain what I'm saying. First of all, in order for us to help anybody, we have to have a voice. The chamber by itself, let me define what the Chamber of Commerce is. The Chamber of Commerce is a group of volunteers. We are business people who dedicate our time and money and effort free of cost to become a lobby group. We lobby. That's what we do. We don't have any power to make any meaningful changes. We have to go through the relevant agencies that are already in place by the government. So for example, if a road needs fixing, The chamber cannot just go and fix the road. There are laws that will prevent that.
I know that, sir.
We have to lobby through the NWA or whatever. You understand? So in other words, we are a strong voice, and yes, we have a strong voice. And when we do, the government listens to us when we speak. They don't act all the time, but they will listen. And what I'm saying, if you are not seated at the table, how can your voice be heard? We want most of these people to join us to have a voice at the table. And that if the people who are sitting at the table are the ones who we're going to hear. And I'm not agreeing with that or saying it's the best thing. I'm just saying that there is some amount of personal responsibility in terms of that. Now, so what I would like to take this opportunity to do is to invite more business people, more Jamaican business people to join the Negril Chamber of Commerce, because that way, as a body, we can be stronger and we can lobby for what we want. So that's the first step. Now, secondly, to answer the question about what we're doing to help people, the Negril Chamber is a part of most of we are invited to sit on most of the boards and the agencies that make decisions in and around the area. And what we do, we look for the best interest of Negril. And we do, that is why I said we need more people involved so that we can hear all the different perspectives where we're coming from. There's a saying that the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So those the ones who make the most noise are the ones that get attention. So we need everybody to come on board and work with us, and we can lobby for what we want. Now, what I want to say about business in Negril, yes, Negril has been, there's a downturn in business. The tourism market is changing. It has changed from what it was when you and I were children running around, or we were kids in Negril. It has changed dramatically. And what is also happening is that there are a lot of larger entities, and this is a global thing. It's not just Negril. You see large companies taking over the world and pushing out the smaller businesses. But if the smaller businesses don't unite and work together, then we all will get pushed out one day. However, for Negril is very unique in that Negril, the makeup of Negril is a lot of small hotels and a lot of small businesses. And that's what makes Negril unique and makes it attractive to a lot of people. So yes, we need to remain strong, and we need to adapt to the environment and adapt to the changes that are taking place in the industry.
I'm looking at the Facebook live feed that is on the radio station here. Somebody in Canada, a person that you and I know, is asking this question. She's asking the question, something needs to be done for residents to return to Negril and do business. There's a lot of people overseas who wants to return to Negril. But because of the crime situation in the entire Jamaica, they're afraid to come home. What can you say to them, sir, as the president of the Negril Chamber of Commerce? I know it's a group that is not funded by the government, but what can you say to individuals? Because this person here, she born and grown in Negril, and she wants to return, but she's afraid because she even said to me, say, Westmoreland have little Haiti. What is going on?
Yes, I learned that this morning too, that there's a section that's called that. But anyway, what I would say is that there are a lot of us around that are running businesses, that are living our lives, and without fear. I am not in any fear. I know there are a lot of other business people who are not really in any fear of any violence or anything like that. A lot of the violence that we hear about it's I don't want to just paint a blank picture of it, because obviously there's crime everywhere, but most of the murders and killings that we hear about, 9 times out of 10, they are people who are involved in reprisals and gang related and scamming related and all this kind of thing. And as I said, let me make sure I say this, that obviously crime is everywhere. I'm not saying all crime can be attributed to that. A lot of the crime as well that we see are domestic violence. And I'm sure if you follow the news, you'll see where a lot of domestic violence is taking place as well. So in terms of the business sector, yes, you have to be careful. You have to do what you have to do. You have to have common sense. You have to, live with the times. But I don't see any great fear, especially if that person is from Negril and have family here and so forth. Then I don't have any fear or anything like that. So I would encourage people to come home. But think about this. A lot of foreigners are coming to Jamaica, coming to Negril and investing. So why aren't the foreigners afraid? Why are we Jamaicans afraid when a lot of foreigners are opening businesses in Negril? That's the question that people need to ask. They're not afraid. They're coming in and opening businesses. If anybody, I don't want to call names, but I can. But there are a lot of people, a lot of businesses in Negril now that are run by foreigners. Small businesses as well. I'm not just talking about the large hotels that are coming and investing, these tens of millions of US dollars and opening these properties. There are small people that are moving to Negril. There are foreigners that are moving to Negril and living in Negril too. There's a growing community of expats, they call them, and they are quite comfortable here. They're not in fear of being robbed and killed and shot, and so because they're not involved in certain things. If you live your life a certain way, you don't have anything to fear. That's my personal opinion. You understand?
Let me say something to you. I know that's a personal opinion. I remember, I think it was in 2018, I came down for a funeral. I was in Miami and I heard about a funeral. I had to fly back down to Jamaica. And I went to the funeral in Negril. And I drove around Negril and decided that I'm going to go over to the old supermarket that was Save It All Supermarket. Is now Value Master. And I parked the car and I walked to go into the plaza. And a young man said to me, "Boss, you can't park the car." They say, And there was nothing wrong where I parked the car. And I'm like, before I finish this, let I take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back, Mr. Wallace. Please bear with us.
Don't miss this opportunity. Local certificates in just 1 month at Distinction College. Register now and start our Super Easter program from March 20 to April 24. Get qualified in geriatric and pediatric nursing, phlebotomy, housekeeping and call center, customer service, business admin, receptionist, supervisory management, cashiering, childcare, and nail technology. No subjects required, no age limit, no entrance test. Register this week and get 10 to 25% discounts on all courses. Call 876-356-4167 or 876-354-8560. Visit us in Kingston, Spanish Town, Ocho Rios, or St. Elizabeth.
Healthcare workers are working very hard to ensure lives are saved and people recover quickly from COVID-19. But their work is becoming harder because you're not wearing your mask, washing your hands with soap and water, or using hand sanitizer, and you are not maintaining physical distance. Let's limit the need for hospital beds and ventilators. Do the right thing. Cover your nose and mouth with a mask. Practice good hand hygiene and maintain a physical distance of 6 feet between you and others. COVID-19 is not over. Protect yourself while protecting others. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Become the hero on the scene by taking the COVID vaccine. Get vaccinated as soon as you get all the facts. Don't listen to the rumors. This vaccine might just make it possible for teachers to sit face to face with schoolers. This vaccine make it safer for everybody, from the young to the elderly. Don't you want to go back to living normally when things were more orderly? And if you want to live a long good life, then we all have to do what's right. So let's get vaccinated along with the heroes on the front line.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Get the real inner city community news and be informed. You can do all that and more on City Beat, Monday to Friday at 12:45 p.m. on Roots 96.1 FM. City Beat puts you in the know and keeps you rocking in a world of knowledge. So let City Beat catch you on Roots 96.1 FM, Monday to Friday at 12:45 for City Beat. City Beat is the pulse of the city, so don't miss it. Monday to Friday at 12:45 p.m. on Roots 96.1 FM.
have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Welcome back to Make We Talk here on Roots 96.1 FM. Our numbers are 372-8446. WhatsApp 876-225-9478. WhatsApp 876-225-9478. I am talking to President of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Wallace. Welcome back, Mr. Wallace.
I'm here.
Yes, sir. I was saying to you that when I parked the car and went into the plaza, the young man said I couldn't park there. And I said, sir, there's nothing wrong with me parking there. Yo, I don't know who me is. A Negril me born and growing on. I couldn't want to take over Negril. And I looked at him and I said to myself, this is what Negril has become. He's not from Negril. So I went back and I moved the car and I put the car, you know, where he wanted me to put the car because I didn't want any problem with him. There is so many strangers that is in Negril. There's nothing we can do about it, but I know that there's a lot of gang members leaving Kingston and Montego Bay coming into Negril. You don't think so, sir?
Absolutely, that's true. Negril and West End is our favorite hiding spot for criminals. You know, we know that Negril, as I said, Negril has changed because of the development. Negril, the population of Negril and its environs has increased dramatically over the years, and this has happened over the past 10, 20 years. Negril is not the sleepest fishing village that it used to be.
Yes.
And you know, many people are not happy in which direction in which it has gone. You know, and yes, the society has gotten very crass and, you know, very angry and very, you know, and that's why we have so many murders. People don't speak nicely to anybody again. It's all about the least dispute that you have with a person. It escalates to I mean, kill you. I mean, go from a gun and shoot you and kill you, and the guns are readily available. So, you know, I don't know. It's a serious issue that we're having right across the island. You know, Negril is no exception. And you know, the solution, you know, has been debated many times, and I don't know if anybody has. There are many versions of what the solution is, but one thing I can say is that if we as Jamaicans, as the well-thinking Jamaicans, if we don't stick together, work together, and try to make a difference, then we're gonna be lost completely. I mean, some people think that we're lost already, but then I'm an optimist, and I believe that Jamaica is the best place on earth and the best country to live in, and you know, I just wish more Jamaicans realize that. And I don't know what we're gonna do. First of all, we need the right elected officials who will see that vision and will do things that can be done to change the situation. And what I might add to is that migrating is not the answer. A lot of Jamaicans get frustrated and just leave. And if we all leave, then what's gonna happen to the country? Who is gonna be left here? You know, most of my peers and my schoolmates and classmates have all gone. And, you know, who's going to build Jamaica if we don't do it? No foreigner is going to come here, no Chinese or no American or no Nobody's gonna come here and build Jamaica if we Jamaicans don't stay and do it. It's a thankless job and it's a sacrifice we have to make. But then, you know, we have to make the sacrifice for our children and their children and our future generations. Somebody has to make the sacrifice at some point.
You know, I heard you said that you have a lot of expats that is in Negril opening business and so forth. Let me say something. The red tape that Jamaicans has to go through to open a business in this country, believe you me, I am trying to figure it out. When an expat can come here and given the arm stretch hand to open any business they want to open in Jamaica, the Jamaicans don't give that arm stretch hand at all.
Well, I wouldn't agree with you on that. I mean, I know a lot of the expats who are frustrated as well. I mean, it's a lot easier now to do business. I think Jamaica has gone way up on the ease of doing business list. But then again, sir, if it was easy, you know, my father taught me back early in life that nothing good comes easy.
I know that, Mr. Wallace. My grandfather, Noel Tavares, and my aunties and uncle, the artists, them, and not to mention the late Costas Jim Thompson, always tell me that nothing in life come easy. But let me say something to you, sir. When I was trying to open my little water business here in Kingston, the Bureau of Standard have me ringing around for over 3 months before I could get my water label up and going. So I know what I'm talking about the red tapes in this country.
I can give you examples too. I wanted to develop a property in Negril here, and it took me 3 years to get all the relevant permits and so forth. So you know, it's part of the, you know, part of the way things are, and but at the same time, you know, if you're looking for all the negatives and the reasons not to do something, you're gonna find reasons. You know,
yes.
there are reasons on both sides. So you have to just look at both sides, weigh it, and see if it's worth it for you. But yes, you know, we need more Jamaicans involved, more Jamaicans investing in Negril, and you know, more people pulling for what's good. Because if we leave it up to, you know, even the type of music that is out there,
yes,
you know, for youngsters, you know, you sometimes you think it's lost, but there are good young people out there that are doing things and are stepping up, and we just need to highlight those more.
Do you think I hope I don't put you on the spot, do you think that certain reggae music has contributed to the crime in this country?
I believe when we glorify badmanism and donmanship and crime and, you know, being crossed, we tend to glorify those as a nation, and that has helped to get us where we are. You know, in the communities, who get the most rating, who get the prettiest girls? Is it the scammer, the you know, the teacher? The teacher don't get the rating that or the guy working at a hotel or so. You know, he's almost sometimes ridiculed. And this is part of the culture. That's an example of part of the culture that has helped to get us to where we are, because people think we have normalized it. Yes. And that is why we're having a lot of the problems having in society.
Mr. Wallace, I have a question to ask you, because I see on a video that was brought to my attention by a good friend of mine that the former president of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Lee Issa, has been calling the government from when that Negril need a trauma center. The Negril Health Center has been there from Wapi Kill Philip. The health sector in the western part of Jamaica, especially, and I think Negril should have a hospital by now.
That's one of the things that the chamber has been lobbying for many years now. We would like to have, because Negril has I think now it has increased to around 7,000 hotel rooms. And we have a lot of, we have 12,000 direct jobs related to tourism in Negril, which is the second highest in the island, because we have even more than Otrius. We're only to Montego Bay in terms of direct jobs in the tourism industry. Obviously, there are much more jobs that are indirectly related to tourism. So, you know, we have a lot of people, a lot of workers, employees in Negril, and then we also have a lot of tourists in Negril. So we and the closest hospital is Savlamar or Lucy.
It's 18
and
miles from Negril.
Lobby the government to do something about it, to at least upgrade the clinic in Negril to a trauma center, so that at least folks can go there and get stabilized and then be moved onwards to a hospital facility. So we have not just talked about it, we have ventured on a fundraising program for the chamber to raise money to help in this cause, because we spoke to the government and they said they will put half of the money if we raise the other half. So we started at Dive about 2 or 3 years ago. All our fundraisers, we have 3 main fundraisers: the Negril Guide, we have the International Food and Wine event, and then we have the Grand Gala. And most of the funds from those ventures were going into this kit. Now it's been moving very slowly. As you can imagine, the last year has been devastating, and so but we're not nowhere near where we want to be with that fundraiser. We are planning to step up the fundraising effort soon. But yes, we are trying to get the Negril clinic upgraded, and some work has happened there. I visited there. We actually, the Negril Chamber of Commerce actually decorated the clinic for Christmas, this past Christmas, and you know, we visit. You know, during our visit, there has been work going on, and we have to thank the Rotary Club of Negril. They have done a lot of work there as well. They have outfitted it. We have even put in a dental clinic and so forth and so forth. So it's ongoing. It's not just a chamber, but other bodies are trying very hard to get the clinic upgraded. And we have.
Mr. Wallace, but I have to dip in here, sir. I don't understand something here. And a lot of people said, Jeffrey, you draw politics and everything too much, but it's the truth. Western Westmoreland has been led by the People's National Party from the day I know myself. I must say only one time the JLP went down there. And let me make something clear to everybody. Me, Jeffrey Tavares, is not a member of any political party in this country. But let us say something. I do not see where the Chamber of Commerce, nor the Rotary Club, nor anybody in Negril should be having fundraising to build a trauma center in Negril. The government of this country, Negril, has contributed to tourism in this country from way before me and you born, Mr. Wallace. Because when the hippies used to come to Negril, that's the time tourism started in Negril. And I think that the government should be able to build a trauma center, seeing when they can find billions of dollars to run election. And they claim they love poor people. Both of them claim they love poor people. Build a trauma center in Negril. Negril deserves something from the two political parties in this country.
I absolutely agree with you, 100%, and that has been my call to the government, the successive governments of Jamaica regarding Negril. You're absolutely right. Negril contributes around nearly 30% of tourism revenue into Jamaica. Nearly 1/3 of tourism monies come from Negril. Negril employs the second highest number of Jamaican direct jobs in the tourism sector, right? You would think that if you have something that's making money for you, you would maintain it, you would take care of it, you would make sure that it's firing on all cylinders. And that has not been happening. I don't know if it's because of poor representation. As I said, we are also a non-political body, and I don't want to get...
it is, well, me we say it. If you're not afraid for sister, me we say so. The PNP not do nothing for Negril.
Negril has not gotten the attention that it deserves. And what I want to say to everyone is that every Jamaican, it don't matter where you live. If you live on the top of Blue Mountain or you live downtown Kingston, it don't matter where you live in Jamaica. Tourism benefits you, because even if you don't see a tourist for your entire life, tourism brings in vital foreign exchange that we need, and so that people need to realize that. Secondly, Negril is making money. There's no doubt Negril is making money for Jamaica. And what we are asking is that some of that money be reinvested. Notice I said invested in us, and I didn't say spent, because when you spend money, it indicates that the money is gone. When you spend it, that's it. The money is spent. We are asking for money to be reinvested in Negril, because every dollar that is spent in Negril, if it's spent wisely, will have a return on investment. And that's all we're asking. Negril can do way more than we are doing right now. We can earn way more. We can see a lot more visitors. We have a 7-mile stretch of beach that is empty half of the time. We can do better. And if we just need some attention, we need some investment in infrastructure. We need investment in security. We need investment in our workers, meaning we need proper housing facilities and transportation and stuff like that.
As you talk about transportation, sir, sorry to cut you. I see where the president of JATU just sent me a message to ask, what about the transportation sector in Negril? Is it up and going? Is it dormant? What is going on about that? I got a chat on that.
The people are, most of the transportation sector is pretty much at a standstill right now, because there are no tourists to bring around. I don't know if you're talking about for the tourist industry or for the locals.
For everybody.
Both of them are tied. They're tied anyway, because if the workers are not at work, then there is nobody for the taxis to transport.
True.
So everything, Negril is very, very slow right now. The 2 Rios in Negril are closed. Most of the hotels are still, the other hotels are open. There are a few others that are closed, but most of them are still open, but with minimum business.
Do you believe, Mr. Wallace, do you believe that cruise ship can come into Negril? You know what? Why I ask the question, I'm going to use the Cayman Islands as an example. The Cayman Islands is the size of Savlamar.
Yes.
Our Savlamar is bigger than the Cayman Islands. And what the Cayman Islands does is to have the cruise ship come in. They send the boats out there and bring in the tourists to shore. Now tell me something now. The powers may be who end up saying that Trelawney should get that pier. At that time, we all know who was the president of tourism at that time. I ain't calling on him. And you're telling me that Negril has been a contributor to tourism for how many years? And until now, Negril can't get a cruise ship here? Look on the Negril River. It's a disgrace.
Yes.
It is a disgrace. And so that you have a member of parliament for how many years down there? Huh? I want to find out from you, sir. Can the Chamber of Commerce lobby the current Minister of Tourism, along with our Member of Parliament down there, to have a cruise ship pier in Negril? So or have the cruise ship come into the waters and we send out the boats for them?
I can say that is being looked at. I know the current MP, Mr. Moreland Wilson, he has that on one of his list of things to do. And he's been pushing for that, for a cruise ship pier to be in Negril. However, a cruise ship pier is a big, it's a major project, and it has to have the buy-in from the cruise lines, because without the cruise lines on board, it's no, it any sense to do a cruise shipping pier. I think that's how the Trillon one came about, because they partnered with one of the large cruise shipping companies. No, not, what I would like to see in the interim, until we get a cruise ship port for ourselves here, is a highway from Montego Bay to Negril. Meaning, we need a bypass for Lucy. We need a bypass for Hopewell. At the very least, we need to bypass those two towns. If we can reduce the drive time from Montego Bay to Negril to under an hour, we will see a lot more cruise ship passengers from the existing infrastructure. Do you know that most of the cruise ship passengers, when don't disembark from the ship when they dock in Jamaica, is only a small fraction that actually does. A cruise ship might pull up to Jamaica with 6,000 passengers, 4,000 passengers spent on the side of the boat, but only a few hundred might come off. And part of the problem is that the best beach in Jamaica, which is Negril's Beach, is an hour and a half away, one way. So a tourist would have to decide that I'm going to spend 3 hours on a bus to go and see the 7 Mile Beach. Yes. And that turns off a lot of people. So if we can reduce the drive time to Negril to under an hour, and we can do that by having a bypass for Lucy and for Hopewell.
Yes.
And maybe Green Island. But we can. So there are smaller things that we can do that are achievable. Low hanging fruit that we can do to make a difference right away. Because I don't think putting in a bypass is a difficult situation. We have spoken to the authorities about it, and they pretty much agreed with us. I think everybody has agreed. I think the government is trying to put in the Mobe bypass first, and then I'm hoping that they'll look at doing the Negril, the one to Negril soon.
You know that the Chamber of Commerce can be on board, because listen to me, we have Rolling River, we have YS Falls, we have so many falls in Westmoreland.
We have a lot of attractions.
Down there.
There are some more coming too.
There you go. Mr. Wallace, it has been a pleasure talking to you, sir. And I hope you don't be a stranger to my program. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Just call me, and we'll be as long as we're available, we'll be happy to come on and have discussions with you. I like your passion about Negril and Jamaica in general. And since you're a man of this, you're from down this area, we'd love to help to use your voice to help to lobby on behalf of Negril.
No problem, man. I'm a big mouth Tavares. And there's only one man I fear, is Almighty God.
Yes, sir.
We need to have a voice for the voiceless.
Yes.
And I'm telling you something. Negril can be the Negril that we want Negril to be. When you're coming into Negril look like a shanty town.
It does. And all of these things, we have degraded over the years. And, it's really a shame, because the potential that we have to make everybody in this area wealthy. Because we can bring in so much tourists that we can make enough money that everybody can be happy. Nobody, would be fine. So, but we need to have the vision. We need to have that vision, and then we need to work towards it. Otherwise, it's not going to happen.
I don't think Negril had a development plan just like Jamaica. Anyway.
Well, we are actually working on that now as well. The Ministry of Tourism is putting together a development plan for Negril. We have been a part of it. And hopefully we'll see that advancing soon, and we can have a plan, a proper plan for the development of Negril that we can all agree on, and we can all work towards. Yes. So
I would love to get the Member of Parliament on my program. Maybe you can assist me to get him on.
Well, I'll ask him if he's willing. I know he has a tight schedule, but he has been to many meetings with the chamber, which is new as well, because previous
don't go there.
It has been few and far between, but so far we have had many meetings with not just him, but the other MP for Hanover as well, Western Hanover. Yes. Remember, Negril straddles both parishes.
Yes, so it does. It does.
MPs that are important for Negril, and you pretty much cannot get anything done without the MP on board. Yes, So we are very happy with the better relationship that we had, and not taking it, Wickham was what we worked with Wickham as much as we could and so forth. But, we're very pleased with the way things are with the new MP now.
Yes. I was speaking to, and I must say thanks to Mr. Richard Wallace. Is it Richard?
Yes, it is.
Yes. I always call you Kiri. I don't know why. I must say thanks to Mr.
Brother.
Yeah, I know he's
Kiri's
a brother.
Yes.
Yes. I think Kiri and I is more closer than you.
Absolutely. I think that's
yes. Richard, thank you so much, sir, for coming on and continue doing the good work you're doing to uplift Negril. And if anything, you can call on me. I'm willing to come down and sit down and have a chat with you all and see how we can move Negril forward. Because Negril is my home. And I'm not going to leave, go nowhere else.
Very good. Same for me too. We're not leaving, going anywhere. We want to invite all the folks abroad who want to come down, who want to come home. Come. There are opportunities here. And, you just need to know where to look and how to recognize opportunity. And, with some hard work, dedication, and good choices, we can be successful. And, we need more hands on deck, all hands on deck, if we want to make a change. We can't just leave it for other people to do it. Right. Government must fix the crime, or, why we don't fix the crime. It's not somebody to fix it. It's our job. It's our job as Jamaicans. Every single Jamaican has that job. And once we decide that we've had enough of the crime and the this and the that, then things will change.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Wallace. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Take care now.
Same to you, sir. I was speaking to the president of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Richard Wallace, over there in Negril, my hometown. My God, may God have mercy upon Negril and entire Jamaica. May you all have a pleasant day. And remember, for God's sake, when you put on a mask and social distance and wash your hands, no? And stop gathering. On behalf of all of us here at Roots FM, I'm Jeffrey Tavares. And Make We Talk saying until next week Tuesday when you hear my voice again, may God bless you and may God bless from Negril Point to Moran Point. Thank you all.
The river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change.
It is now a minute after the hour, 12 o'clock. You're in tune to Roots FM 96.1 on the FM band. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Tavares, for hosting Make We Talk today as a community broadcast, and we thank your guest also. It's now time for a commercial break, and when we segue right into our Muspas Promotions program segment today.
A long time coming, but I know change gone.
COVID-19 is still here. Always wear your mask correctly while in public places, covering your nose and mouth at all times. Masks should never be worn over the head, under your chin, below your nose, or hanging from your ears. Recovery from COVID-19 can take up to 60 days or more. The mask or the ventilator? You choose. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Roots FM. Hey guys, it's your girl Digital Kim. Join us every Tuesday on Roots 96.1 FM.
For the Pure Talent Show, 6 to 8 p.m.
every Tuesday.
My name is DJ Brett Van, dropping the new hits.
And we are send all artists on road. Artist interview, trending topics, community highlight. We are going with a bag of things every Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. From your one good promotion, link up Pure Talent team. Every Tuesday on Roots 96.1 FM with DJ Breadvan and Digital Kim.
Roots for the youths.
Hey, Roots for the youths. It is 2.5 minutes after the hour, 12 o'clock. We go right into our Must Buzz Promotions. People, are you ready? Bo! Oh, Lord. In celebration of International Women's Month, we start out with Asia. It's a Can't Find Love. Eaton Music.
Check it out.